Hey everyone, my name is Petia Gueorguieva, and it is my pleasure to be with everyone today. We'll be talking a little bit about my work and how I got where I am right now. Again, Petia Gueorguieva, and I direct the work at the STEM Resource Center at University of California, Merced. Here on the left side of the screen is a picture of myself. It is me right here, second to the left. And there's three of my students who are helping me present. We are tabling here, presenting the STEM Center to UC Merced visitors during UC Merced Open House. We call that the Bobcat Day, after the mascot we have. I meet students every day, and I really would like to say that the best part of my job is my daily interaction with the students. I've been working in the area of higher education for over 20 years now, and again, the best part of all these years is that I got the chance to work with the students. I taught chemistry first, and then now since the fall of 2013, I'm directing the STEM Resource Center. And again, all this work requires my constant work and constant interactions with the students. We, of course, are doing this presentation during a pandemic. So everything that we do now, everything that the STEM Center is doing right now is a remote. But of course, we are hopeful that soon this situation will be improved and the restrictions will be lifted. So we'll go back to our normal workplaces. And this is how my normal workplace and my work with the students look like. This first picture right here is three of my students just having a study session at the STEM Resource Center. This is a room we have in one of the buildings at UC Merced, and this is the room where students can gather to either study, and this is very STEM oriented, so they mostly study their STEM subjects. And of course, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math, which I should have mentioned earlier. Yes, this is what my students do. They just come to our STEM Center and they study, they socialize, they interact with each other, and it is a very relaxed, free atmosphere to my students, and I really enjoy being there. Also, we enjoy our activities related to community support, introducing our work to the community and to UC Merced visitors. And right here, one of our students is pictured with our Rufus the Bobcat. This is our mascot, and this is this is another tabling event we have where our students introduce our work to visitors at UC Merced, and also normally incoming freshmen or their families. The third picture right here is the one where our students have a poster presentation and they're discussing the work, the research of one of the students here pictured. We have a number of programs at UC Merced which provide opportunities for our undergraduate students to participate in the research labs. They work on top-notch research projects and they discover new things, so to speak. So we do have on this picture, this is a project that is being presented to fellow undergraduate researchers. In a flash, this is what the STEM Center is doing, how the STEM Center is supporting our UC Merced students. And another portion of this support of the students comes in the form of outreach participation. We have a number of our students, undergraduate students, who come from different STEM majors who enjoy teaching children, and we are really proud of their commitment to our school communities, and we are proud of the fact that our students are ready to share their knowledge with the younger generation and the future Bobcats. Right here on the left side, we have, this is an event we had, right, actually before the pandemic, it was in February. This is an event at UC Merced, where our student volunteer right here teaches these children, sixth graders, of how air conditioning and heating works. And of course, a big portion of that is how can we save energy, and how much energy can we save if we create this or if we create that. Also, we are trying to really expand our work and reach out to different parts of the world as well, if we can. That's not easy, but our students here, we have two of our students, there's a UC Merced alumni standing right here in the back. They participated in a program at and taught children at rural El Salvador, and thus this is their classroom with the STEM center bags. So again, speaking about my work and supporting our students, we could not be even prouder of all the work they do to educate the future generations. And of course, they all volunteer to do that. This is not their job, but they absolutely enjoy doing it. And so am I. So a little bit about myself. I am originally from Bulgaria. This is a country, very small country in Europe, in the southeast corner of Europe. And my town, I'm from a small town called Kostanec, and this is a town very located very closely to Sofia, which is the capital of Bulgaria. All of my family, extended family, lives in Bulgaria. So this is just my husband and my kids living here in Merced. About my family, this picture on the right side shows my family at Christmas Eve dinner. This is my dad and mom and my sister Tanya. We enjoy seeing each other, even if not that often. My mom is a teacher, and my father is a technician at the communication company. Of course, now they are both retired, but yeah, we just enjoy visiting them. When I was a student, I loved chemistry, and I actually loved sciences, but chemistry was my favorite, and it is no surprise that I became a chemist afterwards. In school, I absolutely enjoyed our outreach activities, where we'll go ahead and perform chemistry experiments and at science experiments at school gatherings, and I still enjoy that. And then another fun fact, well, not another, but one fun fact is that we always have in my family, we always talk about how my mom was a good student in college. She enjoyed all her subjects as a student in school and in college, but she did not like chemistry much, or she was not a fan of chemistry. The fun fact is that both my sister and I pursued chemistry majors in college. And this picture right here on the left is my high school. This is the back of my high school. The fun fact is what we see now in blue. When I was a high school student, this whole thing was in hot pink color and light pink color. And I just found this picture. I really think that I liked the one in pink a little bit better. Or at least I have better memories for this one when the school was more pink. Well, fast forward, I am now in Merced. I live in Merced, California, and I really love to spend time with my family, and we all love to travel. Those are two pictures from our visits across the world. The first one is those are my daughters and I in Oxford last summer, when we were able to travel. And my daughter was spending the summer at Oxford University. My older daughter Alex, who is standing right here on this side, and she is environmental sciences major. And then her sister Anna, who is a data science major now, and I visited, and we totally enjoyed Oxford, and we enjoyed touring Oxford University. On the right side, where the picture of the pandas is, this is our family visit to China. My husband, who is standing right here on the left side of the picture, worked there for about a year and a half, and we got the chance to go and visit. And this is my two daughters and his father, Grandpa George, who are visiting a panda sanctuary in Chengdu, China. Fun times. Fun times. Travel is fun, and I do hope you like travel as well. So my education, I went to Sofia University. This is the oldest and one of the best universities in Bulgaria. This is the main building of the university right here in this first picture, and we call it Sofia University. And then the official name is Saint Clement Ochritsky, after a patron of he's a Bulgarian all times person who is really credited for his work in education and in improving education in well, science is not the thing at that time, but yes, education in general. And this middle picture is me in front of this yellow building, which is the backside of my chemistry department. I visited a couple of years ago after about 25 years after my graduation. It was really fun to just go back and see the department. It's a very old building, not much changed here in terms of the building, but I really enjoyed being there. So this is where I obtained, this building is where I obtained my Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry, and I continued to pursue my Master of Science in Physical Sciences education. Afterwards, I came back to the United States, and I went to Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to pursue my PhD in chemistry. And this picture right here on the right side shows Louisiana State University quad in the springtime with all the azaleas in full bloom. How I get here and how what I needed to learn in order to really get here. It is a question that is way more too complicated to fit everything in one slide, but in general, this is how I got here. We, a scientist and somebody who pursues a degree in sciences, need to be persistent, and we need to constantly acquire understanding of new material. We need to apply the knowledge. I needed to apply the knowledge I gained in one subject to a number of other areas in my studies and in my work. A good example here will be math, our math studies. If you pursue a degree in sciences, math is, regardless of which science you decide to go to, math gives us basic knowledge. So you really need to gain this knowledge and then apply it as needed. And finally, we as scientists try to think outside of the box. We try to really, if presented with a problem or something we need to solve, a little issue, a little problem, then we try to, we do our best to find a solution. A number of times we need to employ all of our knowledge on the subject, and we need to think a little bit outside of the box to come up with a solution. Speaking about gaining new knowledge and understanding of new material, I have a little example right here in these pictures on the right side of the screen. The first picture is a picture of graphite, and the second picture is a picture of diamonds. So both of these graphite and diamond substances are made of carbon atoms, as simple as that. However, because the carbon atoms are bonded in different ways, we have the graphite, the structure of the graphite. Graphite is this substance that is very soft, we can write to it, and this is the basics of the lead for pencils, very inexpensive. And then at the bottom we have the diamonds, probably the hardest and the most expensive, one of the most expensive substances, natural substances on earth. Again, carbon in both materials, but well, different. And that when we study science, this is what gain understanding of. As young scientists, as students now, and then later on as college students, what would be my advice to you? First off, science is fun. Regardless of what everybody else says, and I've heard how hard science is, it's not. Science could be fun. Science helps us solve problems in our everyday life. Of course, in order to learn science, again, regardless of which science this is, we need to be persistent, and we need to try and put our hands into science and see how we like it. So for you, participate in school science events. It is fun. And for right now, we are still under the COVID-19 situation. Try to look for some fun activities online. If you simply Google it, and if you simply type science activities for, I don't know, 6th graders, you will be able to find enormous amount of information. And number of these activities you can actually do try at home with household products. So a thought for you. Science helps our everyday life. Yes, it does. Let's say in communications, we constantly use our cell phones. We don't go anywhere with our actually little gadgets nowadays. And all the cell phone itself, all the electronics that we now have is a science. Of course, scientists developed all the concepts behind how to make each one of these products, and then of course engineers contribute, and then they go on to really make the product itself. Science help in the environment, science help in medicine, science helps us grow our food, and nowadays make it safer and healthier for everybody. There are a number of examples we can have of when we talk about science. Some of these examples are right here, and these 6 pictures on the right side of the screen. In each one of these, science could be involved. I'm pointing right now to the cleaning, to the household products. Those are chemicals that are made safe enough for us to be able to touch and use. Speaking about examples, we again, under the COVID-19 pandemics, if you pay attention, and I really don't know when you'll be seeing this video, but if you see it soon, pay attention to the news channel tonight and see what you will hear about COVID-19, and what specifically you will hear about how science helps in the studies of COVID-19, and how science can contribute to finding the vaccine, to finding more effective medication to help COVID-19 patients. Again, examples are countless. Think about that. Think of some examples, and most importantly, try to find some activities online and see if you will like this. With that, we are ending our presentation, and I absolutely appreciate your time. Stay safe and enjoy science. Bye-bye.